First.
I thought it's more than. I thought you said 191st on Friday.
Right.
190.
Well, let's go for 192 then.
Yeah, let's have a little.
I've lost
in the
count.
dark.
Good morning and welcome to the 192nd Talking Ball. My name's Ian Coleman. I'm joined by my colleague and friend Steve O'Hare. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, mate. Morning.
Just talking about the Chelmsford floods, weren't we?
Yeah, it is. It's a bizarre weather going on. Lex Luthor weather going on. We had flood systems with people canoeing through the streets. I'm sure Joe would have been over there with his paddle boards and everything.
He posted some great pictures this morning, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's. It looks like he's run up I won't say it's a hill, more like a mountain before he's had breakfast. And let's have a look. What was the peak? It was something like 8 million meters, wasn't it, above ground level? What was it?
Wow.
1,443 meters he's climbed up from the lake this morning.
So that's nearly a mile high.
Yeah, and he doesn't. It's 6 kilometers on Route 2, and he doesn't even look like he's got a dab on. He's a little bit fit. Our Mr. Neighbour likes the old triathlons and all that malarkey. And like myself and Steve, as you can see by our stature.
I was going to say, I do love Joe, but I think we'd fall out on holiday if he's fucking. Or I mean, I don't mind him going out and doing a little bit for me as well, and I'd cook breakfast and have breakfast ready when he gets back.
Big fry up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just not my idea of a holiday, but each to their own.
He would have been up at 6 o'clock this morning, whipping the kids into shape.
Absolutely.
Before we go any further, I'd like to thank my wife for 24 years of solid companionship. Yes, today.
Fantastic.
24.
She is a saint.
Yeah, she is
no
indeed.
Doubt about that.
Yeah, she gently reminded me on Saturday morning, actually, which was quite good, because I've not missed one yet. And then she said, "Are we doing anything Monday?" And I went, "No." And she went, "No, all right." I just thought we might be going out, for our anniversary. So, when you go shopping, darling, I've just got to nip out and do a few chores.
Pick up the forgot the card.
Yes, that was the one. Yeah, and a bottle of gin to keep her happy. So So anyway, thank you, darling, for 24 years.
Maybe it's the gin that's helped to get through that 24 years.
Probably.
Maybe.
We've actually got a gin rack now that looks quite good. It's called Coleman's Gin Bar, and it's got all different flavoured gins in it and some glasses underneath and some mixers. I don't know what you use them for, but we've
mixers.
It's all there. For normally wait till about 4 o'clock until we break into that.
I've got to thank Bogdan as well for the tunes this morning.
Yes,
Neil Diamond, fantastic.
We've been raving first thing in the morning.
Superb.
Thank you. Neil Diamond, family favourite. That
it's definitely, it made me a little bit emotional because obviously I haven't listened to that for a long while, but my mum and dad played it as when I was a kid growing up, and it just everything came flooding back. It was pretty emotional. So it's pretty good. Let's move on to the markets. Back to the real world. Let's move on to the markets.
Friday was a bit of a non-event, wasn't it? Again, I mean, I'm looking at the docket this morning, and you're just sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, Groundhog Day again!" And it's just, nothing's going anywhere. I mean, so we have as you will see if you join us on Telegram, we have a sort of market report every day, and it's it's saying, well, we had quite decent retail sales out of the US on Friday, and the dollar just didn't move, and we had some movement in sterling first thing in the morning, which jolted a few of the cross currencies, but even then it failed to hold halfway through the day and just ended up back exactly where it started. So it's definitely holiday season, to say the least. Even like we were saying last week, most guys aren't at their desks anyway, so it just feels very, very strange at the moment.
This is cable. on the just nothing really spikes in both directions. Obviously, a lot of indecision, but just it's on. It feels like it's on pause until maybe September the 1st, and we'll sort of like boot off again.
Well, I was looking at that actually, not over the weekend, but late last week, and I was sitting there thinking, is it going to build a head and shoulders formation? And then you could look at it again and say, well, it's just a symmetrical triangle, so
yeah,
it's just a period of consolidation. And you just want to sort of, in these periods of consolidation, you just want to look for sort of prime short and long entries at extremes, really.
yeah.
I mean, we used to look at an ATR band, didn't we?
Yeah.
Quite a while ago, and that was quite good for intraday extremes. But at the moment, God knows
this is the
what's
weekly chart. I mean, like you
working.
say, you can sort of, even on the weekly chart, you can sort of see this reversal formation. We need a clear break of 135.15 to sort of confirm it. So we're still a little way off there.
Yeah,
but this fantastic sort of reversal from the spike lower back in March, and it's been onwards and upwards since then. And again, just a bit of consolidation in line with, you look back to July 16 and you'll see this level as quite a pivotal level. So this trend line, I think it's quite key. It's hanging around here. If we do get a clear break of here,
you've got two weekly dojis there, haven't we? I think. Yeah.
We've got a clear sort of nothing really in the way once we break 135.15 for a move up to 143.45. So, and that'll be a 50% retracement of the move lower. So yeah, it's momentum is quite bullish but stalling-ish. So it's a weekly chart, so it'll hang around till September the 1st before we see what's coming next. There's a lot going on in the world, and it's a very scary looking place wherever you look. So
more lockdowns they're talking about this morning, aren't they? But
I'm thinking more of the sort of like more of the sort of like trade wars and the sort of like what's going on between US China as well has been scary. It's it doesn't bode well.
No.
So we've just got to keep digesting the information, try and stay disciplined, maybe trade as little as possible, look for the real value trades. And that's, we may not trigger a lot of trades from our trade ideas because we're not really just sticking a trade out there to get triggered and sort of like get involved. Sometimes the best trade is to, sit back and wait, sit on your hands.
Yes, indeed. I was going to say play golf, but we haven't got the weather for that. But
no.
So I'll just show my screen for a little bit. I mean, this is going back to the sort of dollar index and what Steve was just saying there about cable. This is the weekly chart for the dollar index, and you can see it's sort of just there. It's inside this week from the 27th of July, so they're inside bars. That was a previous swing low. So what was support became resistance. We've hit that twice, but then sort of looking at the intraday chart. Where's the intraday chart here? He's sort of trying to make head and tail of this mess basically, and that is from the 31st of July. So, we've had nearly 3 weeks of consolidation now. Fib levels, I wouldn't even play the 78.6. I'd maybe look at 88.6. But I mean, if this is going to be a reverse head and shoulders pattern, it could come all the way down to here. But I think at the moment you can, as we were saying last week, you can buy dips and sell rallies quite not confidently, but it's definitely a two-way play, and that's sort of reflected on the FX majors. I mean, I'm just using literally our bespoke support and resistance levels this week, or this morning, I should say, just inside these consolidation patterns. So again, this is euro dollar. It's 4-hour chart. This could be a head and shoulders pattern, head, left shoulder, neckline, but we could still have a fair amount of movement to the upside to to form that right shoulder. So at the moment, still buying dips. We were just saying about cable. It could well be head and shoulders. It could well be a symmetrical triangle formation. What I do like on this one is we've got higher lows at 130.16, and we've got our bespoke support there. So I think sort of across the board, we're just looking for, like Steve was saying before, just looking for value trades, and there's not a lot of value out there. I mean, these are what are they? They're basket charts, and they're apart from some of the commodity currencies. This is the daily chart. The New Zealand dollar has had a decent move to the downside, but when you look at the others, this is the dollar index, the sideways movements. This is euro dollar, just spikes in either direction. Cable, again, just sideways movements. So it really is quite difficult to find really sort of decent value trades on an intraday basis. But you're looking at anything jumping out on the indices or commodities, or
as I've said before, and everyone knows that the FTSE I always find very, very difficult. It's a very tricky market to analyze amongst the indices, especially. And I remain slightly bearish on this, although I say that about all indices.
Oh, sorry, I've got to switch the screen over one tick.
Yeah. And but we've sort of like got this a little bit of a positive start to the week. We've reacted from this 60.35 level, and the two levels I'm watching on the support side of things, 60.35 and 59 is 85. So no real value in selling here. Because we've had this quite aggressive sell-off, so there's plenty of room for a correction before we continue to move lower. Can't really say it's a head and shoulders formation, and but I would like, if we do get a move up to the 6200 area, I think that'll be the ideal entry for a sort of short trade, because obviously this is the hourly chart. On the sort of weekly chart, it feels like this correction has finished. It's a shooting star type candle on the weekly chart. Ideally, that would be a bit higher. It would be new high, shooting star rejected, and move lower. But it's that type of candle. That was the type of price action we saw last week, where we saw towards the end of the week we saw sellers come in. So if we look at it, 58.60 is probably the target level for that. So I am, after the 2 days of bearish price action, Thursday and Friday, I'm slightly bearish, so looking to sell into a rally on that. DAX is a little bit choppy. I was looking to buy a dip on Friday, got hit. It reacted higher nice quite quickly. I pulled the stop in, but it still got stopped out. But at not too bad levels. CAC as well, that was a little bit similar. I was looking to buy a dip, thinking it would hold the trend line, and it didn't.
Didn't get much follow through though, did it, from that?
No, it didn't. It sort of like went down, stopped me out, and said, "Thank you very much. I'll take your money." And then it's squeezed up higher today. So I mean, I would look to redraw this line, and now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points in it. So still looking at maybe a break 49.15. That's where we're looking to enter the short trade today. If we get a break there, I think that'll be negative momentum following through. Oil, sort of this triangle formation on the 4-hour chart, so it's a little bit spiky. We had, I think China said over the weekend that we're going to start to buy US oil or something along those lines. I'll try and drag the headline up. So that might sort of leave a little bit of positive momentum into the start of the week. But I think it's limited. Looking at the longer term chart, I think again we're seeing these like weekly bars of just sort of, it doesn't feel like it wants to carry on going. It's just stalling.
So
we're waiting. I'm waiting for this.
About 6 weeks of dojis, isn't it? There.
Yeah, it's just nothing. No sort of like real positive news there at all. And obviously we're being capped by this swing low from back in December. 24th of December 2018. So it's a while ago, but yeah, expect to move lower overall. Copper, again, I think that's peaked out around about the $3 level, and we've although a positive candle last week, recovery, I still think it's worth selling rallies in there. Gold, silver, obviously medium to long term, I'm bullish on gold and silver. We had a nice correction lower last week, got down to 1860-65 level before bouncing and finishing mid range on the week. So quite a nice reaction rally there. I'm looking to buy dips in there. I think that's the, it is going higher. Silver as well, very similar, although it did go a bit lower in silver, but reacted more aggressively higher. So I think they're buying opportunities in it. Any dips in the precious metals, they're buying opportunities. Nasdaq just keeps pushing towards all-time highs, so don't really want to stand in the way of that. Although both Dow and the S&P is actually towards all-time highs. That's quite a key level this week, 3,400. Again, I sort of feel the momentum's dying.
Yeah.
So it could be a good risk reward level when it gets up there to sell around those levels. But yeah, it's just a sort of that's the sort of opportunities you're looking for, just sort of like good technical levels.
Yeah.
But don't get too loved up to anything because you feel the markets are very thin. I can't see it with the big players now with their feet up on in their back garden somewhere, not actually having a vacation, having a staycation. We could be another couple of quiet weeks, really, overall. Sideways.
Indeed. Okay, mate. Thanks for that.
That was gun to the head. I don't think the gun to head was very good again.
Should we skim over the gun to the head? Stevie took a long trade in silver. We got stopped out for -1R. I took a sell trade in Euro Aussie. Very boring. It literally closed where it opened. Tiny tick, 0.7 for £4. So a small loss on Friday.
I was going to say that silver. I'm a bit gutted about silver because obviously for the gun to the head, it was we got to do something at that moment in time. So I bought it at 26.68. My intraday trade was to buy at $26. It actually triggered late in the day.
Saw that.
And we ended up making on that. That closed around 26.40. Triggered late in the day.
So if you'd done both, you'd be all right then.
Yeah, if I'd done both, on average, it would have been all right. I don't know if I can count that or not. No, so that it just shows you that
slip another one in there, should I?
Yeah, I think that the main thing is it's all about sort of being patient and waiting for these trades. So the gun to head, I think that's why the gun to head is taking a bit of a kicking because at quarter to 9 or 9 o'clock, we don't seem to be at the right levels to sort of like be confident.
Nowhere. But, we're flatlining a little bit. But so today, flicking through all the charts this morning, like I said, I mean, there's nothing really from current levels that's very sexy. But what I do like is Euro Swiss to the downside. So I'm just going to break through currencies. Going to break through timeframes here. Mixed volatile trading for the last 4 months. Quite a decent sort of downtrend before that from the highs of March 2018. What I do like here on this time frame is being capped. So for 4 weeks in succession, we keep on capping, buying above this trend of lower highs. If we go to this time frame, this is the daily chart. This is one of my madness charts. I'm looking for a cipher pattern to play out. Probably getting down towards about 105.51. That would mean risk off in Euro Swiss. Swiss is obviously a safe haven, so selling Euro, buying Swiss. So potential for stock indices to maybe move to the downside a little bit. If we go to this time frame, and this is the last one, I will stop waffling after that. We've got our prime short entry here at 108.12, but this price action from this morning, I'm wondering if we're going to break early. The measured move target, I'm looking at a head and shoulders, some sort of mad deformed head and shoulders. So 2 heads, a left shoulder here, another left shoulder, and no really right shoulders. So really is properly deformed. But I'm going to go for that with a stop above the swing high. So getting short at 107.50. The measure move target for this formation is 106.30. Probably won't get there. and I need a decent stop because I need to get above the swing high from this morning, which is 35 ticks, which doesn't sound like a big stop, but it is in Euro Swiss. So 3.43 R for that one.
Okay, lovely. I don't know how this reacts with Euro Swiss, but I'm going to buy dollar. How does that work with Euro Swiss?
It doesn't really.
No, okay, cool.
No, it is safe haven though. So if Euro Swiss moves to the downside on the safe haven basis, then normally the dollar is bought up. So
yeah, just the
so
reaction
slightly
this morning.
correlated. Yeah.
Just the reaction this morning. We've got a bit of a positive reaction this morning. Every time I look at the dollar index, it seems to be trading at 93.13, and it's like just below there at the moment. So I'm not watching it like a hawk. Yeah. So maybe just a small correction on the 4-hour chart. We've got this bullish outside bar forming, so could get a little bit of a move higher. We're not looking at sort of anything massive really in it, so I'm going to get long and play it pretty tight. 93.05 trading, so long at 93.05. The ideal stop, I suppose, would be below this swing low at 92.89. And I'll look for just a 2-to-1 risk-reward trade on that. I'll look to target 93.37. So pretty tight trade, 2-to-1 risk-reward. I don't know. Feels like it could get something out of it, or or not. We'll see.
Indeed. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, cheers.
So main events of the day. There are no main events of the day. Basically, it's not a mental Monday. It's a very snoozy Monday. We've got US New York Empire manufacturing figures at 1:30, but apart from that, that is it. So unless we get any sort of super news bombs, I think we're in for another pretty snoozy day. What we do have overnight is we have the Australian RBA. Reserve Bank of Australia. It's the minutes from the last meeting. I will just discuss this quickly. Our intraday call is still buying dips, but I think if we get a rally up to this sort of level, especially going into RBA overnight, it could potentially be a head and shoulders pattern. So left shoulder head, and then a right shoulder up here. At the moment, we're looking at buying dips on an intraday basis, but obviously our call will get cancelled at 9 o'clock, well before the RBA minutes at 2:30 in the morning. Nothing else really to talk about, I don't think, mate.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I've got an empty office though this week. Look,
where have they all gone?
They've gone on holiday.
Where?
Well, Cameron's gone to Cornwall. I'm sure the locals will be trying to chase him out if the levels spike. And Chloe's gone round to babysit for Lisa and Darren, who've gone to Cornwall. So yeah, seems to be the place that everyone's going to. The weather's been okay actually. It was forecast to be crap this week, and they've sort of got some decent weather. So yeah, Chloe's deserted me, Cameron's deserted me, and Alice has deserted me. I think she had a week of me and then thought better of it.
We'll be able to hear you better this week then.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I'm trying to work on that microphone. Yeah,
well,
great
I'm off to Dorset next week, so I think that's where everybody's going, aren't they? To the south coast.
Yeah, the south coast feels like the place to be. It's like everyone's running from the north. Winter is coming, and
exactly.
so yeah, it's hopefully the weather's good for you.
Yeah, you never know. It was last time I went, so we'll wait and see. All right, mate. Well, have a good one.
Yeah, and you.
And we'll be back again tomorrow.
Cheers, all. Good luck.
Okay, cheers.